Before you do anything wrong, a system may already be paying attention. Not because of what you did, but because of what it thinks you might do next. This isn't a warning about the future. It's already happening. Across modern systems, people aren't just observed anymore. They're flagged. Quietly. Automatically. Often without knowing it happened. It starts with prediction. After years of collecting behavior, where people go, who they talk to, how routines change, systems learn something valuable. Patterns don't just describe the past. They can anticipate the future. Once prediction became reliable enough, the next step was inevitable. Action. Not action against crimes. Action against risk. Instead of waiting for something to happen, systems began asking a different question: who looks like someone who might matter later? That's where flags come in. A flag isn't an accusation. It's a marker. A signal that says, pay closer attention here. Flags can be triggered by changes most people would never think twice about. A sudden shift in routine. Unusual travel patterns. New social connections. Increased activity at odd hours. On their own, these mean nothing. But systems don't look at them alone. They compare them against millions of other lives. If enough similarities line up, the system reacts. Not loudly. Not dramatically. It just increases scrutiny. More logging. More retention. More data shared between systems. Nothing confrontational. From the outside, everything looks the same. But upstream, the picture has changed. The unsettling part is that these flags don't require certainty. They only require probability. A percentage high enough to justify attention. And those thresholds are invisible. There's no notification that says, you were flagged today. No explanation of what triggered it. Because the decision didn't come from a rule. It came from a model. And models don't explain themselves. They output results. Once a flag exists, it changes how future data is interpreted. Normal behavior may look suspicious. Neutral actions get context they didn't have before. The system begins to expect something. And expectation changes everything. Here's the feedback loop most people never see. Being flagged leads to more observation. More observation creates more data. More data reinforces the original flag. Even if nothing happens. Especially if nothing happens. Because silence doesn't remove a flag. It just updates the probability. These systems don't just exist in one place. They operate across domains. Security. Finance. Insurance. Employment. Transportation. Anywhere risk is expensive, automated flags help decide where attention goes first. Who gets reviewed? Who gets delayed? Who gets questioned? Who gets denied? Often without a human ever making the initial call. Humans trust the output because it's efficient. Because it's scalable. Because it feels objective. Numbers don't argue. But numbers don't understand context either. They don't know intent. They don't know coincidence. They only know correlation. And correlation is enough to act on. The system isn't asking, is this person dangerous? It's asking, is this person worth watching? That's a much lower bar. And once that logic exists, it spreads. From identifying threats to identifying risk. From reacting to events to preventing possibilities. From enforcing laws to managing probabilities. This is where the line quietly moved. People stopped being judged solely by actions. They began to be judged by likelihood. By resemblance. By patterns they didn't choose. Being flagged doesn't mean you'll ever be confronted. Most people never are. But flags influence outcomes long before anything visible happens. Opportunities. Access. Trust. Small changes that feel random. But aren't. And here's the most uncomfortable truth. Flags are rarely removed. They fade slowly, if at all. Because removing a flag requires confidence the system was wrong. And systems aren't built to admit that. They're built to reduce uncertainty. Which means once you're marked as potentially relevant, the safest option, for the system, is to keep watching. Just in case. This wasn't designed to harm people. It was designed to manage complexity. Too many signals. Too many people. Too many unknowns. Flags made the chaos manageable. But in doing so, they changed how power works. Because power no longer needs to wait for actions. It only needs indicators. And indicators are everywhere. The question isn't whether systems flag people before they act. They do. The real question is whether anyone should have that power. And whether people should have the right to know when it's used on them. Because once a system decides you're worth watching, the decision is rarely reversed. And you may never know it happened. If you want the next American hack file, subscribe. And tell me in the comments, do you think systems should be allowed to flag people before they act? Or should action always come before judgment?